Welcome to Shore Perspectives, a community feature of WESR Radio, highlighting the spirit of the shore from those who call it home.
Joseph Ortelli, some great times coaching and actually taught down at Northampton High School. I was at Northampton for maybe 7 years, and then the head coach of Nandua was actually one of my football players back at Emmaus. His parent, he lived in Macungie, which was next door to Emmaus, and so he invited me to come and help out, and of course I was there for another 5 or 6 years. So I always thought football coaching was a great asset to the community, but I always, when I was in high school, my football coaches used to come for dinner once a month to my parents' house, so I couldn't get away with crap at all. I mean, I used to have to sit there at the table and listen to, well, he did this, So I always felt that the interaction between coaches and parents is so important, especially to help the kids. So basically, during my career down here, I've had players live with us, some for 4 or 5 years, till they graduate and get out of a bad situation. Anyway, so it's been a good experience, and then of course you get players that go off to college and every once in a while email you and say, thanks, coach, and it all makes it worth the while to me. Of course, I grew up in a town that is nothing but football and wrestling, so you didn't learn much else.
Tell me a little bit about that spirit of helping. Some people turn a blind eye and say, oh, it's not my problem. Other people say, here's an opportunity, I can help.
Yes, well, basically everybody. Just to give you a quick story, when I left here yesterday, I went down, I like the back roads, I don't like the main roads, okay? So I always take a back road, and there was a tractor trailer stop right on the side of the road, right, not too far from here. And of course, I stopped and said, can I help you with anything? Do you need a ride? Do you need a phone or anything like that? I think that came from my parents, because my parents were like that. My grandparents were like that. Of course, my grandparents are another story, totally. My grandfather took care of a meat business in the middle of town. And when I was younger, I would ride my bike down to the middle of town in Easton and get a job sweeping the floors, and yay high. And then I'd get, some money to spend. And right next door was a caramel shop with the sundaes. So I never took much money home, but anyway, I was certainly had a lot of sugar in me. But he was amazing, So that, some of that background of wildness, I think, was always in me, still in me, but I got to tame it down, before I break a leg and end up in the hospital, not being able to walk. I used to ride the bike back and forth from, export here, and we decided to really stretch the limits, of course, and my wife had the truck ready to go to rescue me if I fell over in a ditch and bitten by a rattlesnake for riding. So I went from Exmoor right up on one of the first roads coming into Oakville, where that curve is. I'm not exactly sure the name of the roads and stuff like that, but it was a 5-hour plus bike ride. And of course I was exhausted, but my wife picked me up and saved my rear end, so to speak. Then I had to take her to dinner. It was kind of exhausting, but anyway, I did it. I set a goal. And like I said, I used to ride to the Cape Charles all the time by bike, and we'd go swimming and throw the bike in the back of the truck, that type of thing. I still ride the bike, but nowhere near as far anymore, but it's a great exercise, especially for your legs, which as a biology teacher, I know that your legs are some of the first to go as far as circulation. And once your legs start to swell, you're in real deep trouble. And I'm trying to avert that as much as I can. The more active you are, walking, biking, chasing women around, that basically always keeps you healthier. I don't know what happens when you catch them, but at my age, but anyway.
But you're going to keep on chasing.
Oh, keep on chasing. Yeah, I'm not going to stop that. I believe that giving back to people, as I said, I always offered our house to kids that were in trouble. I did that back in Pennsylvania. Back in Pennsylvania, I had a father from Philadelphia that was getting a job in the Lehigh Valley, and but he couldn't move up right away. They didn't have a house, and the school was just starting to start, and the two kids were football players, and they lived in my house with my two boys for almost 3 months. I think, I mean, especially down here, there are so many families that need help. I've even talked to a couple of ministers about if you need a family, I mean, I'll even give you some donations of food. You know, if they need rides somewhere to go to a job to just get them settled, or, you know, if they need some financial backing. We've done that a couple different times.
For Shore Perspectives and WESR Radio, I'm Kelley Gaskell.